Tēnā koutou katoa no mai haere mai. Hello and welcome to everyone from around the world. Tonight, we're bringing you very exciting action from the 2025 Division 2 Group B Women's Ice Hockey World Championships. We're coming to you from the Dunedin Ice Stadium, located in the beautiful city known in Māori as Aotearoa Aotearoa, or in English, Dunedin, New Zealand, situated on the beautiful southern eastern coast of Te Waipunami, the South Island of New Zealand. My name is Matthew Whiffen and I'll be your host for tonight's game. Joining me to my right is former New Zealand men's ice hockey player and three-time silver medalist, Ian Wanamaker. Thank you for joining us, Ian.
Kia ora whanau. Let's crack into it. Thanks for that welcome, Matt.
No problems at all, Ian. And joining me on my left, first time this week, legendary veteran broadcaster of New Zealand ice hockey, Matt Chavez.
Thank you very much. I don't know if I deserve legendary, but we'll take veteran and get going with it. That'll work.
Absolutely do, Matt. Righto, so we've got some exciting action coming up very shortly. The home nation, New Zealand, versus Hong Kong, China, coming up very shortly. But before we get into that, let's recap the day's action. This is day 4 or third day of game action. Earlier today, we had Belgium versus Turkey. Ian, tell us what happened there.
Another very close game in this tournament. Came right down to the wire. In fact, Turkey took that in overtime on a power play goal, scoring to make it 4-3. Bit of an upset, perhaps. I don't know. This has been a fantastic tournament to commentate and to watch. And that's the second time we have seen overtime thus far in this tournament in the round-robin format. So lots more to see here. Some great action. But, yeah, Turkey winning 4-3. But there was another game today as well. And I believe, Matt, you're covering that one.
Yeah, Australia pulled one out against Ukraine today. That was a much more solid performance by Australia. The Ukraine, they got one goal in, but the Australians scored early, just 90 seconds into the game, and that gave them a 1-0 lead. And they took that as a platform and just handled the Ukrainians solidly, ending up 4-1 as a win, and they're still top of the table.
Yeah, nice. Thank you for that, Matt. Thank you, Ian. It looks like Australia is going to be one of the teams to beat. New Zealand don't have to worry about them just yet. They've got a big game ahead of them tonight. But before we get into that as well, let's have a look at the points table going into tonight's game. New Zealand having played just the 2, Hong Kong, China as well. So they've got positions to move up, but Australia on top there with 3 wins out of 3. Surprise, Belgium, only the 1 win so far, Ian.
Yeah, that's true. And they had that overtime loss against the New Zealand team in their first game. Looking to see more from Belgium as this tournament goes on. They've got another couple of games, so that'll be really big for them in their tournament after coming down a division. And looking at Ukraine they are 1 win, 1 overtime loss, so that's quite close as well. And Turkey having an overtime win out of their now 3 total games played. And then rounding out the bottom there is Hong Kong, China with nothing on the board yet.
Yeah. So we're going to head to highlights of the game on Tuesday, New Zealand versus Belgium. And we are underway here. Big pass up. Oh, it's a great play to Sounders. Here she comes. She's got a chance to shoot it. She does, and a great save from Harrison. Signs early on, Sweeney. Shot here. It's on the side of the post. It's loose. Still loose. Defense get a stick on it. And the puck bounces up and away. And they were able to get the puck deep, and they got a change. A turnover up the middle. And a shot and a great save.
Belgium can take advantage of them.
Here's
New Zealand has a long night.
Murray takes a shot. It's a loose rebound. Oh, and it just goes wide of the far post. Galia Long makes the move. Gets a nice pass to Gregory. Shoots and a big save from Sweeney. Follow-up shot into the glove. Lily coming through there. Takes a long shot. It's loose from behind. And there was no Kiwi close enough to take advantage. Looking to the point now. Bolson takes a shot and it got through the loose puck. Grace Harrison can't locate it, trying to wrap it around.
What a save she's made.
Great save.
Going post to post to stop that wraparound attempt. And
I wonder if that's the lucky pickle sock she wears on game day.
Could be.
Shields has it. Shields takes a shot. Yeah! And gets through! Shields with an opening goal for New Zealand. Puts it past Svenen, and the New Zealanders are on the board.
Fantastic stuff there. Maybe it was a bit of the pickle chat that led to that. Who knows? But Team New Zealand getting on the board here.
Just played that. I thought that came out.
Yes, 2-on-1, 3-on-1.
Oh, here's a chance. Shooting. Rebound. Oh, that just slipped past the stick. Does into the middle, trying to go around and forcing her way through.
Almost too many moves.
Vargamans. And another loose puck as the shot
Puck's
is loose. And the defense get it played into the back pads. There's no whistle though.
Still loose between the pads.
Nelson couldn't get her stick free. The defense here. Malari. Nice move. Dangling, shooting. It's in the pads and just missed the far post.
Sitting at the top there was Heel.
Nice and clean. It's there for, that was Nelson.
Goal!
Again. Oh, she's got it through the pads. Order Pesco on the doorstep. Just forces it through.
Gets the rebound goal. New Zealand doubling up 2-0 against Belgium. Firing up this home crowd.
Listen to the roar. Here's an opportunity for Belgium. Getting through. Staino goes to the backhand, scores, and what a reply from Belgium. Anka Staino with a fantastic individual effort.
Yes, but poor play there by the Kiwis. They couldn't handle the puck inside the Belgium zone and right at the top of the blue line. Partial break.
Forces it forward. She get it to the center. It's Judith Hill. Shoots into the pad. Oh, that was a good save from Long. Skating through the middle. Good hands. Shooting. Scores! Katja Blong with the fiery shot from the middle of the ice.
What a weapon. What a release. Snapped that puck really hard. And
almost feels like a power play with Belgium bunching.
He'll take it to the side, and New Zealand will get their second victory of the tournament and a massive one against Belgium. Wow, they were very exciting highlights. New Zealand will be hoping to pull out a victory like that tonight against Hong Kong, China. Let's take a look at the stats from the upcoming game, for the upcoming game.
Yeah, so the game preview, Hong Kong, China ranked 30th right now, so they're doing pretty well where they're at, third in Division 2B. And the starting lineup will be Wong, Ip, Chim, and Lon. That's numbers 23, 10, 8, 5, and 22, with Chow in goal, number 20.
Yeah, and the Kiwi team, New Zealand, ranked 33rd with their last year's result, 4th in Division 2B. Head-to-head, they have one win against Hong Kong, China. And Anjali Mulari, 31-year-old, is first all-time for New Zealand with assists, points, with 50 games played, 32 goals, 45 assists, 77 points. Fantastic efforts there for Anjali, player to watch for tonight's game.
All right, so we're about to see the lineups and the starting face-off here for the third game of the tournament. We have the
starting lineup for New Zealand.
Sorry, here we go.
Yeah, starting in net, we've got number 1, Lachlan Hyde, making first appearance for Team New Zealand. Centering Kelly Nelson is in the middle with Jasmine Horner-Pascoe on the left side. Right side is Judy Heel, number 24. Number 4 on defending, Hannah Cross, and number 17, Rebecca Lilly, rounding at the starting lineup for Team New Zealand.
Yeah, a hometown lineup on defense for the New Zealand Ice Ferns. Rebecca Lilly and Hannah Cross both playing for the regional team, the Dunedin Phoenix Thunder Women. They'll be chomping at the bit to get out there and make their town proud. And we are underway here in Dunedin. Multi-Pulti. New Zealand versus Hong Kong, China. Through the middle for Hong Kong, China. Taking a shot, scoring! 18 seconds into the first period, Hong Kong, China with the early lead.
Wow, they have stunned this crowd here, but some of their Hong Kong, China fans are electrified with that. Wow, what a quick start for Hong Kong, China.
Let's take a look at this one. Just a lot of speed, but there's really 4 players around there for the goal. I think there were just too many players and everybody just waiting for something to happen there.
No one took their person.
New Zealand just didn't jump into a direct defensive mode, and everybody's awake now, I think.
Oh, I hope so. Like, not to start for New Zealand, but let's see how they respond.
New Zealand with the face-off win. And send it down into the zone. Around the boards, up through the middle by Hong Kong, China. New Zealand will be reeling from that fast start. Renee Jasmine with the first goal. And they have the puck in behind, looking to the front. And Lachlan Hyde with a great save as the player in front made a solid shot towards the net.
Good to see Lachlan Hyde getting a goal, save there after the conceding one goal on the very first shot. So really important to get the next save for Team New Zealand.
And Caitlin Hollier getting back on defense that time, a one-on-one, and that was a key factor to stop that goal.
New Zealand win the draw in their own zone. Look to break it out, up the side. And it's Jamie Jones activating from defense. Couldn't work her way to the middle, looks to the point. Shot through, tips, and a loose rebound's cleaned up by Hong Kong, China. Good defense there by number 2, Tam. Hong Kong, China look to work this one out of their own zone. New Zealand did a good job. Looking to the middle. Just goes through the crease. And Gregory couldn't find anything on it. Shields gets the puck taken away from her. And up into the neutral zone. Pinched along the boards by Abby Heel. Hong Kong, China. Through the middle, into the zone now with Smith. Works it in behind the net, looking to the front. Goes right through the crease and picked up by Shields.
I think that might have gone right off the pads of Lachlan Hyde, making another good save.
Never a bad time to put the puck on net.
Absolutely
on goal.
not. It's hard to catch because Lachlan's wearing those white pads on the white ice. Difficult to catch.
Collision in the middle from the New Zealanders. It was Lily and Murray. They safely get the puck down ice. Number 11, Chong, back there for Hong Kong, China. Into the feet of the player on the boards. Safely out of the zone, though. And moved back by New Zealand. Quick pass up ice, misses Murray, and that's going to go down for icing.
Yeah, bringing the face-off all the way back down into Team New Zealand zone. As we get to see here, the replay from the shot from the point, all alone in front. Good net front presence by Team New Zealand. Kind of all alone in front to take away the eyes of the goaltender. And again, another shot of it here. Almost redirected right into the net.
Good face-off win for Hong Kong, China up on the draw. Play comes out. Judy Hill trying to put the body on the Hong Kong, China player, but they stood strong. Misdirected pass, quick up ice, but Nelson had her back turned. And it'll be another icing against the New Zealand team.
That's kind of 2 icings in a row, the last 2 plays, isn't it, Mr. Chavez? And just a thing to note with shots on goal earlier in this tournament, the 2 games that Hong Kong China has played, number 8, Renee Jasmine Ng has already had 19 shots on goal. With that goal she scored, making it the 20th, the highest shooting player in Hong Kong China's lineup.
Yeah, a dangerous player to be sure. Keep an eye on her all game. Part of the top lineup for Hong Kong, China. Nelson across to Lily for a seam pass up the middle. Just out away from Nelson. She'll try and chase it down. But Tam gets there. It's still there for Nelson to get a stick on. In behind for Heel was Judy. Just missing the pass. Number 21, Fong, up ice for Hong Kong, China. Goes to the backhand, centering now. Player did get a stick on it, but a good save from Lachlan Hyde. Centering pass. Fong knocks it away. Up the ice was Richmond. Turned it over. Corner pass go. Wins the puck. Just had to stretch and reach out for it, and it was knocked off her stick. Cuts it long. Goal scorer for New Zealand. Can't work her way to the middle. Malari turns up. Around the circles, to the middle. Shooting! Goes wide of the left-hand post. Smith got it out of the zone for Hong Kong China, out of the danger area. She'll go for a change. Jamie Jones hassled there by number 8. And it's up ice. Yep. With the puck now in possession behind. Nice pass up the boards. It gets taken down on the far side, but no whistle. Still there for Hong Kong China. Shooting. It's loose on the far side at the deflected shot. Doesn't make too much trouble for Lachlan Hyde. Here comes Kachablong. Shooting, and it's deflected high into the netting for a whistle.
So it's interesting, guys. I'm seeing right away Hong Kong China choosing to just roll 2 lines. It's either Ing and Ip are out there or the second line, and it's going to be a battle of that second line as to whether or not Hong Kong China can maintain that pressure, because clearly their first line is very good. It's going to come down to whether the New Zealand team can handle that second line better than they are the first.
Back underway here. New Zealand have the puck in behind. Worked out to the side and back into the corner as Lily has it. Put it to the front. No one there. Played out by the defence. Into the middle by Murray, but there was no white jerseys in sight. Looking to the front there, just through the legs, and comes out of the zone. Lily goes back to collect it. Turns. Nice pass up the middle to Mills. She gets the puck taken off her. And Gregory knocks down the Hong Kong China player and is going to get a penalty. And that'll bring us the first power play of the night. This one going to Hong Kong China.
Yeah, not too sure which one was worse here, the initial impact, like from the back, or the impact towards the boards. There's a bit of a head collision as that player went directly into the wall. So New Zealand being penalized here, having to kill off a penalty, 2 minutes.
So a power play for Hong Kong at a not very healthy 0%. They've had 4 opportunities this tournament and they haven't been able to convert on either one. The 83.33% penalty kill for New Zealand. Shot into the pads, still loose in front. Can they clear it? No, it's Hong Kong China finding the loose puck and burying it to put them up 2-0.
Wong Charlene with that goal, just being in the right place at the right time. As it crossed through the crease, we'll see it on the instant replay, but she was there in order to just jab it in. You'll see it after the shot here. It goes across the crease, and as it makes its way across, there for the redirection in the goal. 2-0 the score, Hong Kong China up.
Quite scrambly there. There's a lot of players, a lot of bodies. That puck just gets squirting through to number 23, and then again, no mistake there with an open net, the person advantage and scoring.
There we go. We just talked about the power play for Hong Kong China, unable to score so far, but they've got one now on the board with the special teams. New Zealand trying to return favour here. Shot goes into the pads and it's no rebound. It's covered up by Toll in net.
So good response, isn't it, Matt, with Team New Zealand coming right back the other way, now down by 2 goals, knowing that they have to score.
I think they're in a little bit of shock, to be fair, not expecting Hong Kong China to come out as aggressively as they have. But in this case, you've seen the top line, or in the case of the power play line, which is almost identical to their top line, if not the same. And they are putting pressure right up against Lachlan Hyde as quickly as they can. The New Zealand team is laying back a little bit. They may change that, but you see it on the offensive side. They're trying really hard to press as much as they can and get a shot off.
They've got the offensive draw here. Nelson winner, but just floated through the middle. Throwing us up ahead is Smith for Hong Kong China. Pressure on her from Judith Heel. Up through the middle comes Nelson. Reaching ahead, collects it. Trying to go the long way around. Turns back. Got Malari in the middle, finds Malari, but a nice stick there from the defense, number 22. Lam did a really good job. In, up the left-hand side, throws it in, chases after it. Pressed up against the boards, fighting for position down low. Comes away for Hong Kong China. Looking to the front, but defense there from Hannah Cross prevented it from going out in front of the net. Kachablong trying to go through the middle. It's a loose puck, just following up and getting through to the keeper, but Chow with a cover brings us another whistle.
Pretty good 2-on-2. Oh, it was almost a 2-on-3, but that puck was well defended by number 5 from Hong Kong China as Katia Blong tries to make their way through 2 players, and then the puck does get towards the net, but well covered by the netminder.
New Zealand could do with some offensive zone time here. Shot comes through from the point, and Hansen was there with the stick, but it was well covered.
We'll take a look at the Hong Kong China goal one more time. And as that gets dug through, you're going to see, in this case, Lachlan Hyde just in that middle side, and that puck squirting away. Good fortune and good execution for Hong Kong China.
Kachablong, nice move around the side, gets a weak shot on goal, and glove save by Chow in net.
Potentially lucky there would be Hong Kong China. I'm not sure if it was an accidental collision or not, but the feet from the Team New Zealand player got taken right out from underneath them after that shot was made. Potentially after the stick hit the puck, so no penalty, and we play on.
Face-off win by Hong Kong China. Put it around the boards. Jamie Jones steps up, keeps it in. Makes your way, that's Abby Hirosai going to the front, and Hefford couldn't get the stick down. New Zealand keep up the pressure. Hayward throws it around to the far side. Comes back to the other side. Hong Kong China can't get a clearance. It's to the point, and a shot deflected in front by number 2, Tam Wing Hei. Cleared out of the zone by Hong Kong China. Sent back in by Abby Heel. Does have the legs to get called for icing, and we'll head back down to the New Zealand zone for a face-off.
So do you guys see anything where the, as far as the offensive pressure here, especially when you take a look at how the rotations have been, they're kind of, New Zealand's keeping it out to the boards a lot and then just trying to shoot from the point.
Yeah,
are they playing for the rebounds?
Well, maybe perhaps at this stage, but they may be looking like they're trying to get some traffic in front of the Hong Kong China netminder. I just wanted to touch on the fact that we have to wait for the players to come on to make a change here. I'm not sure, there's a bit of a to and froing going on. Hong Kong China is currently riding a 9-game losing streak. They're looking to resurrect that here tonight.
You're going to get
I think
a bit of a warning
here for
delay of
game.
change.
A really slow change from them, just confusion. Running a 15-player bench tonight with 2 goalkeepers. Shot comes through. Lachlan Hyde tracks that one. Still loose, and it comes through the far paint into the corner. New Zealand just not clearing up in front of their own net here a couple of times. Hefford, teammates going for a change. Throws one on net. New Zealand, now they have numbers here. Malari throws it to the front. Tipped on goal by the defender. And that was incredibly close to being kept inside the zone by New Zealand, but called offside by the officials. So face-off will be in the neutral zone now.
And another slow change for Hong Kong. I think this is because they're really trying to grind out with 2 solid lines and the lack of personnel. They're really trying to conserve energy here because they know it's a 60-minute game, as does the New Zealand side. And I think they're trying to get the most they can out of their first and second lines.
sent in by New Zealand. And Shields trying to put some pressure on, but Hong Kong, China are able to get the clearance. They just rang it around the boards. That's been sent through the middle, and it'll draw an ice in. And passes not connecting through the middle for New Zealand at the moment.
No, this is a bit of a danger, and I think if you're a New Zealand fan watching this game, not clearing the front of the net, that's a big issue. They need to definitely tidy that up because that's led to one of their goals. Getting scored on in the first shot of the game, and then also not receiving passes in the neutral zone, which is two things at least they need to tidy up, and that they've already done well in the first two games.
Face-off is a bit messy. Mills threw it up the middle, out of the reach of Gregory. Lam up to Smith, taken away at the blue line. Hong Kong China regrouping quite well in their own zone. They're not feeling the pressure from the New Zealand offense enough to really throw away pucks or make mistakes, so they're finding it nice and easy there. There's a pass to the middle, doesn't reach the player. Lam floats a backhand to no one. Corner Pascoe gets around one. They condense around her, and she tried to pull it on the backhand. She throws it towards net, and a good save there from Chow is might have just snuck under the pads if she wasn't quick enough to get down. Richmond leaves it for Nelson. And Heel got tripped by the goalie. The hand stays down. And Hong Kong China are able to get it clear. It's an icing though, so players will have to stay on the ice.
And it is that one of those lines that has been on the ice quite a lot. We don't really monitor time on ice exactly per minute, but you can see here, it was a trip potentially by the goaltender.
Yeah. That was
not a toe pick.
That was significant there, and that may be a turning point in the game that didn't happen.
Potentially, especially with this scoreline and 9 minutes to go in the first period of play.
Kachablong versus Eep at the draw. Nice stick there from Abby Heel. Puck is up high, played down by Smith, and Tam comes out with it. Played up ice by Hong Kong China. Kachablong back there, gets it across. Hansen played it back to Heel. Great pass up ice to Kachablong.
Breakaway.
To Hansen. Shoots, scores, puts it over the shoulder of Chow and net, and New Zealand are finally on the board here in period one.
Coming down to a bit of a tidier breakout all the way from their own zone up into the central neutral ice area. Great read. Kachablong passes it up to a streaking Hansen all alone. 1-on-0 with the goalkeeper. Great read, goes up over the glove into the top shelf. What a goal for Team New Zealand.
Yeah, really finding a couple of solid tape-to-tape passes. That was necessary to break the defense. That's what Hong Kong China has been relying that wouldn't happen, and as soon as it did,
it really opened up.
Really opened up. That was one on nobody.
So scoreline 2-1 here. Hong Kong China leading. That's an icing call, it looked like?
Yeah, Heel was in front there, but they called it icing. Here's the goal again. Look at that wrist snap.
Beautiful.
Nice and high.
Just got right underneath that puck and then elevated it really quickly in tight. Great goal.
Yeah, I'm a little, for the hybrid icing it was early, but they did get past the dot, so that is the rule there. But that's the fifth icing on New Zealand, where Hong Kong China's only done it once thus far.
Hong Kong China with possession at the moment. Lost it as the pass doesn't find the player in behind. New Zealand will have to reset and look for that good breakout pass. Just out of the reach of Nelson. She takes a solid hit in the middle, but that was an accidental play. Cross, lost it. Another collision on the far board, just incidental. Thrown out of the zone by Lily. Up ice, not going to go all the way down for icing. And Saul Hu gets the pass to Smith. Hollier interrupts that play. Murray finds the puck. Two players pinch down on her. It's given away. Smith turns it to the middle. And New Zealand break it up. Get it over the zone. Throw it up ice. Hefford's going to be the first one there. There'll be no icing on this call.
Oh, goodness
It's
me,
taken
from
out.
the back.
There's no call from the referee. Arm stays down. And Hong Kong, China bringing it out of their own zone. They've turned it over. Hefford will pick it up on the near boards. Throws it to the middle and trying to get a tip on that was number 2, Gabby Mills, but not anything on it, and Chow gets the cover.
Yeah, very interesting that they've allowed a lot of physicality to just go by the way here. It'll be interesting to see if they continue to call it that way throughout
how tight
the
they
day.
do. Normally at international level in IIHF, they are very strict with any type of body contact that is past that borderline.
Abby Hill with a shot from the point. It's into the equipment of Chow, and she gets the cover. Face-off will be still down in the offensive zone for New Zealand.
It's a good face-off win by Team New Zealand, and Abby Hill, great wrist shot, looking for traffic in front. The goaltender able to stop it.
Jamie Jones brings it down low. Trying to step to the middle. It's loose in behind. Gregory got taken away from her. A nice follow-up from Mills. Puts it down below the net for Shields. Number 16, Chung, down there fighting for the puck. 2v2 in behind. It's like a small area game in training. Shields comes out with it, looks to the middle. Heels there, got knocked away from her. Good battling from both teams in behind the net. Hong Kong, China around the boards. Lau plays it up to the neutral zone. And getting knocked down.
That's going to have to be called directly from the back again.
Penalty against Hong Kong, China there. Knocking down Jamie Jones right in front of the score box. So New Zealand will head to the power play.
Yeah, after that long sustained pressure by Team New Zealand in Hong Kong, China's zone, the defender for Team New Zealand had their back turned, and then it looked like number 11 came through there, Win Yang Chung, just a bit too aggressively and got the body on body. And whenever you see a player's numbers like that, you normally are taught to not make contact because they're in a defenseless position. So hopefully she's all right, but power play, Team New Zealand.
Yet to score on the power play in the tournament, New Zealand. I think they've had a goal soon after a power play, but yet to do it with the extra attacker. Malari, Richmond to Blong. Back to Richmond on the point. Trying to feed it through the legs of the defence, and that shot goes through the crease from Kelly Nelson. Touch Blong to Richmond, shoots, and a deflection comes out to the near corner from Malari. Richmond just off the stick, and a great effort there. Unable to get it out though, Hong Kong, China. On the second effort they do, and that'll be an offside as the puck was bouncing around over the blue line on the far side.
Yeah, so Hong Kong, China has got through almost a full minute of this penalty that they have, down to 1:08. Holding fairly well at this point. Team New Zealand going around the outside with their passing, not quite getting through with their shots. See how they finish this power play.
Nelson left it for Jones. Two defenders surround her, but she gets it free. And up the ball, up the side to Jones. Shoots it through. Rebound out into the corner. Corner Pascoe had no chance of getting her stick on that. New Zealand came away with it from the battle over there. Jones to Malari. She's got pressure on her. Player was right on her and she got the pass, but she won the puck battle. Nice move. Shoots for the far post, put it wide. Oh, fantastic anticipation there from Smith. For Hong Kong, China, read the play, poked the puck away and put it down ice.
Pretty much doing it all for Hong Kong, China, like getting that first goal, killing penalties. Very important player for that team.
Good pressure. That'll probably get us to the end of the power play for the New Zealand. Unsuccessful, still unable to get a goal on the power play here with the extra attacker in this tournament. something that they can work on. Play goes through the middle of the crease, but no real danger there for Chow and net. Richmond has the puck at the point, steps to the middle. Shot gets deflected in behind. Mills had it taken away from her. Nice play from Gregory. Anticipated the pass, stole it away, shooting at the sharp angle. There's a follow-up from Mills and it goes just wide. The rebound just lay right at her feet. New Zealand still with possession here. This is a great period of play from them. Shields turning out of the corner. Richmond from the point, trying to force it through. Played out by the defensive. Follow-up shot and into the pads and holding strong. Nazi Chow.
Probably some of the most offensive pressure that we've seen from Team New Zealand, and sustained, and they've held that puck almost a full minute. Great shot from that corner side. Mills on the backhand with the rebound, just missing. But pressure has been mounting there for Hong Kong, China.
Yeah, New Zealand working their way into this game. Took them a while in this first period, but they're starting to feel it now. Losing an edge there, just tumbling with the defender. Hong Kong trying to bring it out. It's Smith. Trying to get around Hollier.
Well defended.
Job. Yeah, use of the body. Very good there. Around the boards. Samantha Hayward can't catch up to it, so it's sent back in by Hong Kong, China. Helmrich gets it into the corner. Lam with a shot, bouncing in front of the goalkeeper, can't collect it. Cleared out though by New Zealand. Counting down to 90 seconds left. Smith, nice move, got taken down. There was a trip on Hollier. And it'll draw a penalty as we come to the close of this final minute and a half of this period.
Yeah, let's see this one again. There was definitely contact, but if you see that there may be a trip, potentially, yeah, we'll get a chance to have a look at that. That's called tripping when the referee indicates like that with the hand underneath the right leg with a swooping motion.
Number 6, Smith, Isabel Jane, was making a move around the defender, and we're not going to get that replay, unfortunately, but referees called it how they saw it, and so Hong Kong, China go on the power play. Scored there first, earlier on in the period. Shooting. Oh, looking for the backdoor play. The player on the side was there. Puck comes out in front. They look very good, very well drilled on the power play.
Yes, very structured.
Put it into the front. Couldn't get a backhand on it. Coming out is Anjali Malari. Lays it up for Kachablong. Looking for the short-handed. Can't do so. Tam Wing Hei just lost it at her feet. Goes back to number 8. He turns well. Looking to reorganize here as they break it out.
Last 40 seconds of the first period.
Don't get it over the line, so retreat through the neutral zone. Now they bring it in. Abby Hill does a good job. Can she get it out of the zone? She can't. Hong Kong trying to step in, shooting for that far post. It's wide. Up to the point. Dances around, takes a low shot. Out to the side. New Zealand do get the clear. And with the final seconds counting down in the period 1, that's going to bring us to the end. And what some people might call a surprising scoreline there. Hong Kong, China leading New Zealand 2-1 in.
Yeah, that's right. Matt, they scored on the very first shot of the game, and that really kind of took the wind out of the Kiwi sails for sure. Team New Zealand reeling a little bit, trying to find their feet into this game. As you said, they have kind of found their game a bit more as the period progressed, but early on, that first 10 minutes, you had to give your hat and tip it to Hong Kong, China. They have played a very strong, structured game, very organized. They are riding those two lines, as you might have indicated earlier, Matt.
Yep.
So this scoreline 2-1, currently after 20 minutes of play.
Yeah, they definitely were the better side in the first period. There is no question about that. A couple of things have become very evident about Hong Kong China as a team. Offense goes through number 8. Ng is up at the blue line running things, and I don't think New Zealand is comfortable pushing out to that blue line, or at least they didn't seem to be, especially on the power play. Without that pressure, it has allowed Ng to
shoot,
the
top shooter.
Just to shoot or to direct. You know, I saw a lot of shot passes or something that was close.
Yeah, really dictating, quarterback.
And that's exactly what happened. So when it got turned around, there was some good counterplay opportunities for New Zealand, but Hong Kong China, like you said, I think it was about the discipline. They were very careful in their 1-2-2 approach on the defensive side. It's a bit of an unusual formation, but it's worked well for them. And then on the offensive side, it all runs through number 8.
Quite a lot. And then also they're feeding number 6 to Smith. So Smith never seems to get off the ice for Hong Kong China, and is having a big tournament thus far with getting one of their goals for Team Hong Kong China.
So this is the first goal that we saw here.
This was goal number 2 on the power play.
And it was this cross where it came, let's see if we can do that right there, where it gets kicked across. Whoop, there we go. Run it all the way back. Goes across the crease, and this is what really woke everybody up. Lachlan Hyde was not in a bad spot there.
Maybe just the New Zealanders focusing a little bit too much on trying to play the puck rather than box out
the player and take their stick away from that danger area.
Yep. Now this is one of the New Zealand shots. There were a lot of pucks here that were crossing through the crease. It was not an unusual situation for the New Zealand team to pass through low and through the crease. It just was not connecting for the first period for most of it. And I think that's let's see, we got right in front of the net here. So that's Lamb with the shot, and that puck just dribbles through. But you see, hold on, I want to take a look at.
So this is on the power play as well for Hong Kong China.
Yeah, right. But if you look at it here, you're going to see, 1, 2, and then 3 right here. They're going to crash the net this direction, right? And when you do that, you have the defenders staying and looking, right? So let's run that forward. And there we go.
Yeah, so Hong Kong China players are all there first.
Yep. And that is going to cause goals. It doesn't matter how you play or whatever. If you're first to the puck, you're going to have the better chance, and you'll see everybody drop in again. Same thing. Now
that's almost 3 Hong Kong China players directly in front of the goalkeeper for Team New Zealand.
Yes.
Not where they should be.
So
that's where they should be, but defenders should be there.
Yeah. So if Hyde gives up any kind of rebound there, that's just dangerous. And same thing again. If it goes across,
no Kiwis with inside position there, is there?
Yeah.
No.
So like the other goal, you get that puck just across, and there's somebody there, and this defender not taking their mark there.
Well, I hope the New Zealand coach, Brooke Petrona's got your video analysis in the changing rooms there, Matt, because that was quite a detailed one. Here's the goal from Lily Hansen, and that shot was just clean, right up over the shoulder.
Yeah, good timing. Waited for the goalkeeper to go down, anticipating a deke.
Yeah, and I hope. Yeah, this is
quite a nice
the big
check here
there
in the middle of the ice.
That was just 2 players going for the puck, really, wasn't
clean
it?
battle and just a hockey play.
And then this is one of the later shots in the period.
Great clean shot, too. It's good decision from Jamie Jones to elect to shoot this puck once the defender cleared the shooting lane and had Horner Pascoe right in front of the goal. Great position. Just unfortunate that there wasn't a connecting tip or deflection to redirect the puck, because that's how Jasmine Horner Pascoe has scored earlier in this tournament.
And here's the last one, another pass into the crease. And again, you get another chance right in front of Chow's goal, but
unable to put a stick on it.
Just no puck luck at that point. But I got to say, if we go back to I don't think we can go back to the goal, but I do want to say that there was a pass. And so there were 2 passes that really just opened up that breakaway goal. they were just as important as that perfect roof. When it came in, just before that,
It led to this play.
it led to the play, and it was passing out of the zone that really is the difference that New Zealand really needs to change that there.
Oh, absolutely. That first of the first period,
Right.
they weren't
Here.
connecting. Here they do.
And
that
there.
just opens up that whole 200 feet or 80 meters of ice, and that's how they scored that goal.
Yeah.
So improvements.
Get your best players in front of the behind the defense like they did there, and you had all three defenders in the back. So it's there's absolutely no reason that they shouldn't be emphasizing that to jumpstart their offense in the second period, especially with the long
absolutely.
shifts.
Long shifts, as well as Team Hong Kong China down to 15 players. They're going to fatigue, especially if they're only going to rotate those two top lines.
Yep.
They will show signs of fatigue, and stretching it out on this ice surface would be a good recipe if you're Team New Zealand.
Yeah, it's a big ice surface, but on the other side, Hong Kong has a lot of confidence right now. They are rolling two lines primarily, like we said, but they also know how to crack that defense to start with. So it'll be interesting to see if there are adjustments or if they choose to just tighten up and really get to a more direct marker type of zone defense.
All right, great analysis from you guys there. Thank you very much. We're going to take a wee break. We've got period 2 coming up for you very shortly, so don't go too far. No mai, hoki mai. Welcome back, everybody. We're moments away from period 2 in this big game tonight. New Zealand versus Hong Kong, China. We've got the groomer just finishing its last rounds of the rink, bringing out some nice, clean ice sheet ready for the second period, where Hong Kong, China are going to start with a power play, Matt.
They are going to start with a power play, and it's been a very good one. I think the key to watch here is, well, they already have a power play goal, so that is a determining factor. But number 8 is going to be, as you said, quarterbacking, being right out on that blue line. And we'll see if New Zealand makes the adjustment to start putting a bit more pressure on that blue line possession in the power play, because so far it's allowed Hong Kong, China to dictate where that puck goes and where they can kind of direct and focus their efforts on the offense. And it's been a very good power play so far.
Yeah, not only that, the Hong Kong China team has got in behind the New Zealand defenders on the power play or not, and that's a sign of Team New Zealand have to clean up inside that area to kind of box out a bit more. And if they're not boxing out, they need to at least take the sticks away from that high danger area in front of the goal, because it's led in that scrambly play. And that's the difference right now. It's only a 1-goal game, and that second goal, as you perfectly highlighted, it came back to the back door, swept it into the net. So something to clean up.
Let's take a look at those goals now on replay. There's the first one for Hong Kong, China. Ing just took it in and put it past Lachlan Hyde.
Yeah, that's just, it's almost inexcusable from the defensive point of view. But I don't think anybody was ready for such a quick move.
But I mean, give credit when it's due. That's a fantastic individual effort that early in the game, and to be so onto it and focused. This is the second goal here, as that puck, as you mentioned, gets through and then just taken in.
Yeah, the first one, a really good individual effort. This one, a team scrum, getting that puck shoved through. And that's, I think that first goal really changed everybody's attitude. Everybody in the building looked around and said, what just happened?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then there's the 2 passes.
Just a great breakout, wasn't it, from New Zealand?
Yeah, fantastic. Knocked the water bottle up. You can't get better than that on an individual goal. And that is the total here, 2-1.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk just New Zealand now, what they have to do to adjust. Now, what we were seeing in that first period was Hong Kong China's defense. They did back in quite a bit, but they were also effective at the blue line, moving players and the puck towards the point, or in other words, near the blue line and towards the wall. And as they do that, it creates heavier angles, a more difficult chance in order to get the puck in front of the goal, making it harder offensively for New Zealand. If New Zealand wants to clean this up and get more offense, they need to be a bit more north-south, if you will. They need to come down the middle. They need to break 2-on-1s or break apart.
Isolate some players.
Players. Whatever they need to do, but don't get pushed out, because Hong Kong China is not a physical team yet. They're getting physical team results.
And penalties as well. So if I'll take the devil's advocate there, Matt, and I'll go Hong Kong China team. If you're them, you want to score on this power play right away. That would be ideal for them. Getting a 3-1 lead would be amazing for them. And also restricting the amount of pressure. Like, they're taking a lot of body on body with the Kiwi team, and I don't think that's going to work out well for them, being a little bit of shorter stature, and I'm not sure about strength, but their strength is definitely moving the puck and their speed.
They have 28 seconds remaining on the power play. Caitlin Holyer for New Zealand.
The referee dropped the puck there, but didn't mean to drop the puck.
Back underway here in Otipoti with Hong Kong China on the power play, trying to work this one in so they can get going, but unsuccessful so far. Here they are now, taking it in behind the net, looking up to Tam at the top, and here's now back to Tam, putting it down to the side of the net. 5-on-5. Here comes the player back on the ice for New Zealand. The shot is deflected up high. It'll go over the net. Come round to this near corner. Back in behind. Hong Kong China still with possession. Across the top of the zone. moving the puck really well here, Hong Kong China. Shooting another deflection. It's a bit of a wobbler, and Lachlan Hyde catches that one out of mid-air to get a whistle.
That's always a bit of a danger time when the penalty kill person comes back onto the ice and the other team that's on the power play, or finishing the power play, I should say, is still dictating and controlling how things are going. And then you have to adjust, don't you, if you're Team New Zealand, to get back into shape and position. And as a result there was a deflected puck that Lachlan Hyde was able to stop and hold on to.
Judy Hill moves it up to Horner Pascoe, trying to dangle away through a couple of players. Nelson picks it up, puts it towards the net, and it's a loose puck in front. I think Horner Pascoe might have just got a little bit of stick on that one.
Just a little bit, and it also, if you see the two players for New Zealand jumping in front, they were there first. They were looking for that rebound. So any heavy shot, it doesn't necessarily have to go in from that angle. They just need to get it off the goaltender. But in this case, Chow was up to the challenge and froze the puck.
Face off down the Hong Kong China end. There's a loose puck in front, trying to work their way around the front. It was Horner Pascoe, just couldn't collect it. Take it to the far side. Holyer takes it back, finds Richmond. Richmond cross ice, big pass through the middle. Judy Hill trying to make that quick pass back to Horner Pascoe. She wins the puck on the boards. Horner Pascoe looks across for Nelson. Nelson already got two this tournament, takes a shot straight into the breadbasket of Nazi Chow.
But better offensive pressure from Team New Zealand entering the zone with 3v2. Nelson with the wrist shot. It's a good sequence of play for Team New Zealand, really passing it well, working the puck around.
Yeah, certainly so far in this period, those passes looking a little bit cleaner. They want to continue that as time goes on. Coming through the middle of the ice. Here comes, she did it once, she's going to try and do it again. She gets taken down, and it's going to be a penalty against New Zealand. She is showing so much speed. Number 8, Renee Jasmine, just taking it hard to the net end.
Yeah, I'm a bit concerned here. Lachlan Hyde took it looked like a skate or a boot into her right ankle area and just turned her back. It's a
high-speed collision, isn't it?
It is. That's a concern, but she seems okay.
So the New Zealand player here, there's a slash on the play and takes them down. Really aggressive, and in that aggression, it's knocked right into the goaltender as well into the board. So Hong Kong China back on the power play.
Rebecca Lilly for New Zealand sits for 2 minutes. And the dangerous power play. Dangerous tonight anyway for Hong Kong China. Going to work. To the top, taking the shot and popping it up and putting it in the glove. Lachlan Hyde, who's back on her feet, takes
yeah, guys, I don't actually mind that penalty there. That was, you've got just a great opportunity for Hong Kong China to come down and get another goal. If you're ever going to take a penalty, that's the time to do it, because there was a real advantage there.
Yeah, any goal-scoring opportunity, and if it's taken away like that, will result in a penalty.
And seeing it from the point, Lachlan Hyde.
Yeah, getting much more eyes on the shooting puck, isn't it, for Team New Zealand? Lachlan Hyde able to see that shot all the way. So that is something that the Kiwi defenders have done, and they've checked in this period, is to box the opposing attackers away from that blue paint.
Hong Kong China eventually win the puck, and it's in at the point again. Tom tried to put it towards Nathan Smith. Keeping the puck away from the New Zealand defence really well. Shooting towards the player in front, looking for that quick play. Beautiful skating at the point there. Keeping the defence guessing. And shoots into the breadbasket of Lachlan Hyde.
They've made quite a change here. So Heel's coming. You'll see that Heel is keeping an eye on no matter where she's at. So she may not play right out there, but she's putting pressure, and that has changed the dynamic of the power play for Hong Kong China
not allowing
entirely.
a clean shot to go directly through, so forcing that player to pass to the sides or the wing, which is the least better shooting angle than from the top.
Yeah, they're trying to keep that shooting lane clean for Lachlan Hyde to see it. Smith moving around across the top of the circles. And comes down, takes a shot, it's deflected. Good block in front from the New Zealand team. Keeping it in was Tam. It's bouncing on down the sideboard. Smith looking for options, turns. Lost it momentarily, but gets it back. Pass up the boards. Taking now. Tam takes a shot. It's deflected to the behind the net. That one had a fast deflection. Gregory up the ice. Penalty expiring against New Zealand. It is back to 5-on-5. And a successful penalty kill for New Zealand. They'll be happy with that one. Able to keep it to a 1-goal game. Nice move from Tam, but her shot gets deflected, and it's almost a turnover there by New Zealand in front of their own net. That was dangerous. Looking for a big pass. Connects with Katja Blong. Trying to dipsy doodle around the defender. Fruit puts it towards the front. Hollier takes a shot. Comes back out for Hollier, who puts it in behind the net for Malari. Malari up the boards to Heel. Trying to spin away. Katja Blong takes it. Shooting. Oh, it doesn't get through. And whistle's blown. I'm not sure why the whistle was blown there, as the puck was
Perhaps the referee has lost sight of it, maybe thinking the goalkeeper had it in the glove, as Katja Blong cuts in and makes a nice move. Has a wrist shot here off the goaltender's glove.
Yeah,
And
I have to think that's
clear.
an assumption there.
Is
Yeah.
maybe the viewpoint of the referee cannot see the puck clearly, and that's why the whistle
almost fell for Anjali Malari.
went.
So close to getting a stick on that rebound. Here comes Hong Kong China. They're going to have numbers here if they're quick. But getting back was Judy Heel, just tying up the player enough. Nelson turns, plays it up the boards to herself. Can she win the puck? She gets it ahead, plays it to herself with her hand. But Lau with a good position, able to tie her up in the corner. Hong Kong China gets back on defense. Loose puck, and Nelson trying to drag it to the front, and a good save from Chow there. Shot into the glove of Chow, who doesn't allow a rebound there, and a near thing for New Zealand a couple of times. Kelly Nelson just picks up this loose puck and tried to draw it to the forehand.
I think the goalkeeper might have got a little bit of a poke check as Nelson tried to pull it into the forehand.
Yeah,
We'll
or
see it here.
Yeah, I think it just swept across.
Oh,
but
maybe
yeah.
not.
Yeah. Just couldn't
Just
control
missed.
it in time.
Pass misdirected, but it's going to get picked up off the feet of Jones. Yep, lost it. Jones did a good job there. Off the boards. And the breakout. Good clean breakout.
Yeah, very smooth.
Murray lost it as she tried to enter the zone. Doing a good job. Gets it into the zone. She's going to go for a change. New Zealand. Take a look up ice. Bouncing puck over the stick. Gets to Hefford. Tried to fire it through, but defense blocked it in front. Jones is going to get
too
called
aggressive.
for a penalty. She went for a. She just tried to use the body to take the puck away, but referees calling it a little bit too aggressive.
So Hong Kong China looking to break out of the zone. And
Yeah,
then
they're calling it interference in this case. It's not the check. It's the fact that she
take
got
away
in
the
way,
play. Yeah,
taken
right.
away. So just for clarification, the penalty's 2 minutes for interference on Jones.
So once again, New Zealand going on the penalty kill and Hong Kong China going on a power play. And it looks like they have elected to take a timeout now to go over some power play options.
Maybe feeling that this power play is a very important time for them to potentially put themselves
Put them
up
ahead.
by 2.
Yeah, I also think they're trying to get some fuel for the top line to get back out there. I don't think there's too much to this other than everybody get a break, get a breath, get some oxygen. They're going to go after it as a top line, and they want their best team out there now.
Yeah,
while they
perhaps
can.
as well, and maybe they will make some adjustments to their structure of how they set up their power play, and
Yep.
we'll see if number 8 will be up top quarterbacking or not, or if they're going to do some swapping and move some positions and be less static and standing. They definitely need a lot more movement on their power play if they want to break through the Kiwi penalty killer defense.
Yeah, last time it was Gregory at the point messing things up. She's out there again.
Shot from the point. Big rebound. Follow-up shot. It's saved by Hyde. Doing a good job there. Here comes Kachablong. Oh, the defence falls over. Leading to a 2-on-1 across, but just missing Malari with the pass. Couldn't take advantage of the tripping defenceman. And unfortunately for New Zealand, they're going to have to go back on defence here as Hong Kong, China breaking out. Entering the zone by themselves, though.
Another call.
Another penalty to Team New Zealand.
Penalty to New Zealand.
Unnecessary aggressive play there from number 19.
And this,
That's going to make it a 5-on-3.
yeah, for an extended period as well.
So the puck gets dumped in, and Katia Blong kind of finishes her check, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I think we'll say that was a. Well, I can't say it really.
Just a mental.
Yeah, it was more
error.
of a mental error, I guess, but it also gave the opportunity for the Hong Kong player to go down in that situation.
That's right. Like
And-
it could have let up just a touch more,
Yep.
and then it wouldn't be as bad of an impact or look as bad in that case.
Look as bad.
Sold.
Yes.
Big moments here for the New Zealand team. Ing puts a shot on. There's traffic in front. Don't know if they got anything on it. Follow-up shot is into the pads of Hyde. And New Zealand stand firm just for now, but those shots from the point are coming in and they're causing trouble.
Smith and Ip really getting in there physically to try to win that rebound battle. They know what they're there for. Also some high stick play there, but Hyde in a good position to hold that and stop play.
They win the puck and they set themselves up. Shot low and hard. The big rebound again. Those rebounds are coming for Hong Kong, China. They're ready for them as well. Smith to the far side. No one time there. Ing. Hard pass to the side, and Smith with the one time but couldn't put it on net.
Had an open net to shoot at as well if she was able to corral that hard pass.
Beautiful puck movement here from Hong Kong, China. Led by the top by Ing. And there's a shot, and that's off the post. And the follow-up shot was blocked in front. What a move in front. The pass was hard, and the deflection was good.
And cleared by Team New Zealand.
They're going to get 2 changes. Second one is slow, but coming into the picture now is Gregory across to Ip. Shot, rebound, and that shot goes off the arm and out to behind the net.
8 seconds remaining in that first penalty, Team New Zealand.
To the far side, shot doesn't get towards net. There's a loose puck in front, digging away in it, and players all over the ice.
Pretty much everyone that was in front is now on the ice.
Well, the
Lots
important
of
thing
hits.
is for New Zealand, the puck is not in the net.
Yeah, somebody bowled a strike there, and everybody went down.
Oh,
but
man.
here comes the replay. We'll take a look at this, and
2 Hong Kong China players there whacking away at that puck, but they can't get it in.
she literally leaped there just to try to get to that. So that's, they're giving it everything, but we go back to a 5-on-4 in this situation, and they're having a quick discussion. I don't think, no, they are going to leave her out on the ice.
Just a battle in front there
Yeah.
as Lily just
Yeah.
kind of
Lily's,
shoves over
Lily
the.
is always strong in front of the net. She took out 2 players there with one push, but referees were happy with that one at least that time around.
And
Good clearance up the ice. Judy Hill's going to win the race. Kelly Nelson is coming up in the middle. She tried to find her with the backhand pass, but that was Tom able to intercept that one. Good stick there from Hollier. Second penalty winding down. Tam with the shot. It's a hard shot too, and in front looking for the deflection was one of the alternate captains, number 10.
Tom Wing Hai has had an excellent game over here on this left point. She has held in a lot of pucks. It's made a difference. It hasn't turned into a goal yet. New Zealand's having a hard time getting out on that right side. They really need to start getting more central to exit the zone.
Or at least elevate the puck over them, because the boards aren't working because they're cutting that avenue off.
Yes, they are.
Dangerous play in front as the New Zealanders just lost it.
And they do get to full strength here, Matt. So that penalty is now expired.
That's got to feel good. That's a sigh of relief from the fans here in Dunedin Ice Stadium. Maybe Hill just has to delay. Doing a great work with the stick there. Getting away from all the defenders. Moves around a couple more. Pulls up. Puts it in behind. Gregory's there. Shields is going to the front. Gregory turns back. Battle ensues in that far corner. Maybe Mills got two players on top of her. Puck's pinned to the boards. Shields joins it just in time. Comes out with the puck. Puts it towards the net. And Gregory couldn't get anything on it. Still there for New Zealand. Mills in the corner. Puts to the front. No one there for New Zealand, and Hong Kong China bring it out. Up the boards. Heel gets taken down. No call on the play. Good pass up to Mills. Mills off the skates of the defender. Across to Hansen. Puts it in deep, and New Zealand get a change. Looking for quick up here, Hong Kong China. Do we see the players from Hong Kong China start to fatigue with this short bench halfway through the game now? Helmrich plays it across to Lilly. Puck is just down inside the neutral zone. Deep shooting goes through the middle to the far side. Katja Blanc brings it out. Malari's on her right. Moves to her left, trying to take a shot away, but does a good job. Just did enough there. Lilly gets it to Blanc. Throws it back down for Malari. Malari turns. Shaking off the defender. Cross to Richmond. Richmond had the puck come off her. As it should, this loose puck in front. That was bounced up in front of
really
the
high in
goalkeeper.
front of the net.
Let's see that one again.
The shot goes on the side of the net, goes right up. Malari looking to get the rebound, but the goalkeeper puts a hand on it.
The goalkeeper never saw it, and yet it was over her head and it came back down. Malari really just unlucky to not be able to knock that one home.
A lot of Hong Kong China players double shifting this game, getting sent back to the ice that they're trying to change. Loose puck at the feet of the players on the face-off. Heel throws it down low for Shields, puts it in behind for Horner Pascoe. Turns it back for Nelson. In the middle for Horner Pascoe, can't hold it as she was trying to corral it for a shot. Then put it up high. Holyer back down. Horner Pascoe shields the puck. Comes out, looks to the point. Holyer shoots. Comes out to the side off a rebound in front. Hong Kong China clear it up ice. That'll be an icing. And they'll have to go back and defend from their own zone. And it just feels like New Zealand is starting to wind up some offensive pressure.
Yeah, really starting to lift their game up a little bit. They may be feeling a bit better of a boost, maybe from killing off those penalties. As you see here, that's quite a thunderous hit too by Lilly, throwing
that was
one Hong Kong Chinese defender or player into another, and then it just knocks everyone over, and it's playing skittle ball out there.
It's not a 5-on-3 anymore when you take a couple out by yourself. Hong Kong China players a little bit upset with the shot after the whistle there, but I think Judy Hill was winded up for that one pretty well and truly. Jones hasn't had as many shots from the point as she did against Belgium tonight. Judy Hill looks to the front for Nelson. Can she get any wood on it? Not enough to get it towards the net. Jones brings it in behind. Trickily leaves it but keeps it. Just fooling the defender. Looking across ice, but pass was read and defence are up high. Tom can't move around the defender. Thrown in by Smith. Hong Kong trying to get a change. Brings some fresh legs. Into the middle there. Shot is not a good one. Gets played out by New Zealand. Tom, nice move. Shooting through traffic. And Lachlan Hyde saw that one. I don't know how.
Nice move by number 2, Tam, to go right through Jamie Jones here. Just a little bit of how you doing, see you later, and then gets a nice shot through. Had to be sharp, Hyde.
That was some excellent goaltending because Lachlan Hyde's visual lane was different than her glove lane. She was looking to the right and then had to reach around to reach out to get that. And of course, with her left hand, that's a heck of a save.
Shots in favour of Hong Kong, China, 22-17 so far. Ketchup-Long comes out from her own ends. 4 players converge around here. There's no way through. And the player up high can't collect the pass. Goes down low. No icing and Hannah Cross has to move it to the boards. Played to Malari. Out of her reach, and she just tries to poke it forward. New Zealand in a battle here with Hong Kong, China. Pass out front. Finds Hansen. Hansen puts it across to Ketchup-Long. Shooting to that low, far side. Around the board, it's going to get picked up by but Richmond is on her like a flash, and no chance for her to carry it in. Holia turns back. Looks to her defensive partner, Richmond, who goes up to Malari. Taken away from her. Hong Kong, China, the other way with Fong. Moves it to the middle for Smith. Trying to get around Holia. To the middle for Fong, and oh, she just put it wide. Just out of the reach of Lachlan Hyde, but past the post. Beautiful play, Fong and Smith connecting there. Unable to get a shot away there was Tam. Into the middle again for Hong Kong, China, trying to spin. New Zealand struggling to move the puck out of their own zone here at the moment. Holia to Malari. Puts it across. New Zealand into the zone, shooting. Kept out by Charles. Hayward. Shooting low, can't get it through. Trying to shuffle it on was Hefford. Into the middle, Shields couldn't collect it cleanly. Here with a shot, that's deflected off the pads of the defender and to the corner, and Hong Kong trying to get it clear. Jones, the captain for New Zealand, turns it back for Shields. Up this right-hand side, pushes it forward for Hayward. Turns it back, can't find Shields. Up the middle, Hong Kong, China. Some numbers here. New Zealand able to get back. Player going to the net, pulls up. Dispossessed. And New Zealand put it up the side. Shields looking for someone to pass to. Takes it herself. Shooting for that far post. Hits the post. Bit the goalie. Couldn't beat the post, and that was a close thing. New Zealand almost tied it up. Diving. Keeping by heel. Nelson kept it in, plays it down low for Gregory. Trying to work it to the front. Nelson puts it across for Mills, and the goalie came out and just covered that up as Mills was looking to get it in the weak side. Shot in front, it's loose. There's a follow-up shot, and the defensive Hong Kong just collapsing.
Holding very well.
Doing a great job. New Zealand feeling it at the moment. Buzzing around. That's a hit there from number 5. No call. Put the shoulder in, but just took the player out. Hong Kong trying to send it up ice. It's gone past cross. It's been tipped by New Zealand, say the officials. Big pass up the middle. Intercepted though. Well read by here she comes in to the centre. Great move and saved by Lachlan Hyde. Stretching out that leg and huge. A very important save here. Shot by Fauna Pascoe, goes past the far post. End to end here. Pass to the middle. Nelson couldn't get a shot away. In across, back to Ing. Gets taken out by Cross. Great play there on defense.
Quite physical the last few sequences.
It has been.
Going to say also we haven't had very many whistles. A lot of sequence of play.
Let's take a look at Lachlan's save here. Lachlan Hyde with a great kick save here, holding on to the post and making sure that as that comes across, she's got the position to save that puck. Here it comes again. You can see the skate just get right up against the post there.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a great job.
Yeah, it with a great move to try and beat the goalie, but it's just two good players cancelling each other out. 2 minutes, 11 seconds left in the second period. Been an exciting one with all sorts of action. Cachablanc moves out from behind her own net. Taking it in behind, pulling up to the point. Mahalia can't get the shot through. Good block by Smith. Hong Kong trying to bring it through the neutral zone. Richmond with a good stick. Finds Malari. And the breakout just about intercepted there by Sol Hui Hiu. Malari pressed against the boards. She's still got it, looking to the centre. Just bounces through past a couple of New Zealand players. Big pass up to Malari. Gets the puck taken off her on the near boards. Shields steps in, wins it, makes a move. Forehand shot across the bow of Chow. Final minute of period 2. Malari fighting for it. Keeps it down low into the corner for Gregory. Jamie Jones keeps this one in on the boards. Forces it down low again. Just out to the outside, New Zealand at the moment. Can't get it in. Hong Kong doing an admirable job. Jones can't get the shot away cleanly. Nelson steps in, trying to go through a couple of players, but she'll get it called for offside. And a lot happening for New Zealand down low, but offensively, just not a lot of shots coming through.
It's been interesting seeing they have made some adjustments where they went straight up the ice about 30 seconds ago, with about 2 minutes to go in the period. It was a collective choice to go 3-on-2 straight up north, and it almost paid off for them.
Final seconds in the period counting down. New Zealand looking for one more opportunity. Puck goes through the blue paint, out into the corner. And if only bounce off the glass, means they don't get another chance here to end the period. And that'll bring us to an end here. 40 minutes down here in Dunedin. Hong Kong, China leading New Zealand 2-1. And it's been a pretty tight game. Both teams showing us that they can score, but just unable to really put the puck in the net in that second period.
I thought that entire period was a careful one in many ways, like both teams not wanting to get caught on odd man rushes, and they got exactly what they asked for in the sense that they were back on defense, they were playing take a lot of credit for killing that 5-on-3 earlier in the period.
Oh, yeah.
They've taken a lot of penalties, or a few penalties, but they have not given anything up in this second period. They gave up the power play in the first, but they've made some adjustments. So a very evenly matched second period, and we're with the same score, 2-1.
Yeah, some good goaltending as well. And I would say, just to follow on from you there, Matt, very cautious kind of a period.
Yeah.
Teams, like both teams, kind of not really pushing the envelope too far or wanting to take too much of a chance, either on attack, like a lot of outside pressure. Hong Kong seemed to be doing well with their driving wide but getting through to the net, putting pressure, and they're being rewarded with some power plays because the Kiwis are being forced to take them down as they drive to the net. So that's another thing that the Kiwis are going to have to be careful on. They're spending an awful lot of time killing the penalties and not being 5-on-5. And if you want to argue, they could be the more favored team when it's 5-on-5.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
All right, let's look at some of the replays here from the periods play. So Katja Blong making a good move there, shot away.
Yeah,
that one was an early whistle though, as the rebound heading towards Malari.
Now you'll see Chow try to grab it, and then as that puck flies away. So Nelson's going to have a shot here. Boy,
Tried
that was
to go
close.
backhand, forehand, and then put it right in, but it maybe just in that quick move doesn't get all of it.
Yeah, there's a stick here from goalie Nazi Chow. It's
Just a little bit, eh?
just enough so that Kelly Nelson couldn't lift it.
So this will be a penalty against New Zealand here. That was considered interference, if I can remember
Yeah, you
correctly.
could see why, because the player could have had an advantage getting past.
There's a big save there from Lachlan Hyde. This is a penalty on
Body check.
Katja Blong. Just really not necessary to take that player out there, and that's something that New Zealand is going to have to be wary of. That just a slightly more physical play tonight is getting called by the referees.
Yeah, they have that physical advantage, but perhaps they use that in a different manner than the way they are on the defending aspect, and maybe more on their attacking. Use the physical body size to gain some position in the attacking zone.
This was such a close chance for Ip, too. I was thinking this might be 3-1 here. Let me see if I can.
Oh, that
Yeah.
stick, there was something that was blocking that puck getting passed across.
Yep.
After the first initial save, and then it goes across, something stops that. It might be her own stick as well.
Could have been. Hyde doing a great job keeping the pads low and shifting correctly into good positions. And that was really a key for the period, especially the last one where she pinched up against the bar here. That was the shot that when Malari had the puck go way up high. And we'll see if they can.
Because off the side of the net there, and it popped up. The goalie still didn't really even know where it was, looking kind of down.
Yeah, actually, you could take that shot off the side post 100 times, and not once will it go
Pop
that
up like
high.
that, yeah.
So, this is the save.
That's a great save.
That
with
is
all
looking
that traffic
around.
in front.
Yeah, if you see this behind, let's see if I can catch this just right.
Just about there.
Yeah, what a stretch here, because she had to look around, and this lane right here was blocking everything, and then she knew it was coming in, stretched out, and nailed it. So, great save.
Good reactionary save there from Lachlan Hyde from Team New Zealand.
And she showed everybody she had it in the basket.
There's another power move from Eng, and then to the centre to Eaton, who got the good backhand on it, but it was even better save from
Great
Lachlan
positional
Hyde.
pass. Look at this, 1-on-0, and being able to go from forehand all the way to backhand, and Hyde reading it so well.
Yeah, you're
Having to go from left push to right side.
in that spot. You're seeing one of the Hong Kong China offense kind of breaking through there, and that is exactly what they need to do to get in front of that last defensive line. And it's the last thing New Zealand wants to see, because honestly, they had numbers here. This was 2-on-3, but you get a very good chance there. Hyde with it with the kick save, and it was just enough to maintain the 2-1 score line with Hong Kong China leading after 2.
Well, It's been a very exciting second period, and we've got a lot more coming up. Period 3 is going to be coming up very shortly, so don't go too far. We've got the conclusion of this game coming up next. No mai, hoki mai. Welcome back, everyone. We are moments away from the exciting conclusion of this big game tonight. The host nation, New Zealand, up against Hong Kong, China, in a very tight game. It's 2-1 at the moment in favour of Hong Kong, China. We're going to take a quick look at one of the goals from the last period.
Yeah, actually, we're going to take a look at this breakout. This is a little bit different. So there were no goals in the last period, right?
Sorry.
No, that's okay. So we're gonna say this is why there are no goals in the prior period. So the New Zealand team made a couple of adjustments here, and you'll see as they start to break out, the idea, of course, is that they're going to take that center route again. So I'm going to run this through, and what you're going to see is some more passing. This is the first time I saw a defender take it all the way to the middle of the ice. Now, right here is where the Hong Kong China defense is winning the battle at neutral ice. So you see all 5 players back. Now there's some changing going on, but they're forcing this puck to go out to the corner. And when they do that, they are pretty much taking away all of the opportunities for the New Zealand breakout.
It's just a single puck carrier, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no other option.
So for the first time, they actually did get a good movement of the puck out of the defensive third with the defender as opposed to passing to a forward. But as you see this break come forward, you're going to see that there's not a whole lot coming in towards Chow, as when you get to this point here, everybody stood up on the blue line. That's been a consistent habit of Hong Kong China, to stand up the New Zealand team at the blue line to make sure that they don't get any speed going up the middle.
Absolutely, and they're holding the middle of the rink as well, so it forces the New Zealand team to go to the outside, and then they're instantly putting pressure on them. Yep. So New Zealand isn't getting enough chance to get through to penetrate that defense. So it's good team defense, and that's why they're winning this game, or up at least by 1 goal. Current scoreline, 2 goals, Hong Kong China to New Zealand 1.
Alrighty, we are just about ready here. Puck about to drop for period 3. 20 minutes ahead of us. New Zealand trying to find something to get back into this game and give the home crowd something to cheer about. But Hong Kong playing the disturber all the way. Hong Kong China been very steady at the back all night, making smart, clever plays between the defense. Puck bouncing around there on the blue line. New Zealand looking to dump it in. Chase after it. Not a whole lot of pressure on the defense there. Into the feet of, and she's able to collect it and throw it ahead. Hollier around the boards. Malari got beaten to the puck, but Lilly stepped up and stole it. Horner Pascoe leaves it for Malari. Got half a step, trying to get it towards the net. Shot doesn't get through to Charwin net. Malari getting stick checked up the boards, fighting for it. At her feet, collects it. Leblanc lost it. Malari picked it up. She's in the corner, turns up ice. Kept in well by Richmond. Put it down low.
Penalty.
That's a hit from Hong Kong China straight onto Lily Hansen, the Kiwi winger there. You might see that on the replay as Hansen kind of went in to get the puck in the corner just in front of the Zamboni doors and is forced into the doors by the Hong Kong China defender number 5, putting the Kiwis onto a power play.
Yeah, a little late on that. That was
That's all
just
good.
after.
That was a good keep in on the blue line there by New Zealand to force the Hong Kong China team back on the heels and of course the turnover. Of course the power play here for New Zealand.
Big opportunity for them in this game.
Huge opportunity early on in the third period. Jones shooting. Loose puck. No, it's in the pads of Chow.
You guys were talking just a bit ago about the 2 lines and the rotations and everything. That top line is back out there again. They've already had a shift. They've had to come off the ice, then come back on the ice. We're talking about 2 lines not being able to handle it. This is where you're going to see whether their legs are going to survive 3 periods.
Catch it long. Across the Jones shooting. A big rebound, but it was in the air and Malari couldn't get it down. Low to Blong. Does a good job. Got the stick in the lane as Blong tried to drag it around. Jones right into the boards by played a lot of hockey in North America. You can see it with her skating, just how good she is and smooth.
Yeah, playing in Wilkes University in NCAA 3 level in America.
Definitely one of the standout players for Hong Kong China tonight. Corner Pascoe, pass to Nelson. Kelly Nelson brings it in, passes ahead to herself. Picks it up in behind the net. Shooting and deflected and almost through into the net, but it just sat on that line. And Hong Kong China get the clear.
That literally was on the goal line and didn't cross over. That it's a good call, but
inches away from
so close.
tying the game.
Judy Hill skating through, looks to make a move, goes to the forehand and can't get it in the tight side there. Chow with a great save, just hugging the boards, looking across into the middle. Hong Kong China come and get the clear out.
Just under 20 seconds remaining in that penalty to Hong Kong China.
Richmond to Shields. Works it in, but knocked off the puck. Lamb trying to free it. Lily in behind, trying to bring it to the front. Shoots it on net and it's into the pads, and Nazi Chow with the save there.
Looking forward to an instant replay on this one. Shot comes in from the outside. It just trickles there. It almost comes down to the fact that there's still some water on the ice from the Zamboni. That's how close this was. It sits there on the line and gets swept away.
Corner Pascoe taking away the eyes of the goalie, Chow Nazi.
So back to even strength here.
Hong Kong China getting away with another late change. They have consistently been given a lot of benefit of the doubt with no penalty called yet.
Great keep in by Jones, throws it across to the far corner. Maybe Heel pinched in, and Hansen working hard to keep it in, can't do it. Catch it long. Overtime hero for New Zealand. Skating, shooting. It's out to the far side. Comes out to the neutral zone for New Zealand to regroup. Abby Heel backhands it down near the ice. Going after it is Lao Lu for Hong Kong China. Again, kept in. Puck through to this near side corner. Played up ice. It's shuffled ahead.
It could go down for icing. Yes, it will. Just
sort
before
of,
the red line. You're right, just short of the red line. So when that puck is sent in before the red line and dumped into the other team's defensive zone, that will result in an icing.
Nervous crowd.
Great shot there as Blong getting in on that. Looked like Chow got a piece of it, possibly on the chest protector on the right side. Good attacking chance for Team New Zealand.
Hannah Shields gets the face-off win. Judy Hill puts it on the backhand. Kicked out by Chow. Well played by Ing. Protects the puck. It comes out. Richmond turns it back up ice for Hollier. Out of the reach of Nelson. That'll be an icing against New Zealand. They'll have to come back to their own zone for a face-off.
Yeah, just thinking out loud here, guys, you might wonder if Team New Zealand will elect at some point in time to call a timeout with this current score line and also 15 minutes if they are going to maybe come up with a play, or if that's something they're going to hold on to a little later in the game.
I'd hold on to it. I want them as tired as you could get them if
just
you're
keep
New
them
Zealand.
going.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Shot into the glove of Lachlan Hyde off the draw.
Only just something to consider, because the things that they have been trying at this point in time aren't breaking through, regardless of how the other team is at the moment. So it's more of an internal thing for Team New Zealand.
Yep, and all five over the board here. New line for New Zealand.
Shot count in favour of New Zealand at the moment. They've overtaken Hong Kong China 27-24. Gregory gets it in over the line, finds Mills in the centre, weak shot in towards Chow. It's loose and hacking away at it is Hannah Shields. And Smith comes in with a shove on
heel, right to the face mask. Kind of a forearm face wash.
Unhappy with the poking away around there.
Yeah, just digging away at that. It was a loose puck for a long time. I can understand why you'd be poking away at it, but as defenders do.
Just lost it. Hard to see in there, so can't keep it in. It's number 23, it's Wong and the pass doesn't connect. He keeps it in, centering pass. Cleared up the middle by New Zealand, shot on, and it's deflected wide into the corner. Tam takes a shot through some traffic, kept out by Hyde. Lovely skating by Ing, shields the puck, takes it in behind. Taken away from her though. It's Lily, still battling for it. Just throwing up ice. Tam puts it down into the corner. Lily, no stick. And she's going to get done for interference perhaps. She's protesting. The stick wasn't in her hand. She's calling for some sort of
body contact
there or hold
she
maybe.
uses the backside here to kind of, I don't know, that's a tough one.
It's
You're kind of
really
trying to
hard
defend
one.
yourself without a stick and just using your backside to body to gain position, whereas the other defender just kind of not strong enough to hold the ground and falling over results in a penalty call. I don't know. That's a tough one.
That's a penalty for
New
being
Zealand.
too large compared to your opponent.
All right, it's a penalty kill nonetheless for New Zealand. Hong Kong trying to power play. Looked good tonight, looked really good. They've got one goal so far. And they've got their power play unit out there with the best skaters doing a lot of work tonight. Heel with a clear around the boards. Doesn't get out. Smith plays it down low. Hong Kong trying to work it to the front. Loose puck in behind the net, picked up by Smith. Skating to the top, looking to the side. Stepping in, going across to, shoots high, and a good glove save by Lachlan Hyde. No hint of a rebound there.
Yeah, that's different than the last couple of shots. That glove save was a very important one. And really, you just don't want to leave out on that point. And I think they did a better job of kind of closing her down, making her shoot from distance.
Yeah, with traffic in front there as well, so that's a high shot. Potentially next time going a little lower might have more success.
Played to the back, pass across ice. Puck movement on the power play, exceptional. Can't get that one through to the front of the net though. And Richmond ties up the defender. Hong Kong China win the puck though. Into the top, can't get a shot through Nelson, and she clears it out. Pass to Eep, plays it to herself. Trying to get there first is Richmond. Around behind the net. Doesn't take the opportunity to fire it up the boards. Gets a second opportunity. It's off the skates of her own player, and Hong Kong China have the puck. Up to at the point. To the side, shot across. Looking for that far side player. Trying to win the puck back as Nelson does enough to interrupt the play. Follows up ice to force a bad pass by Hong Kong China. Judith Hill with a nice steal. Trying to get around Tab. She works her way to the front. And, that's a great defensive play as the defender, number 11, Chung Wing Yang, came back hard.
And that penalty is now expired. Teams both at even strength.
Kachip Long trying to make a move through the middle, and another good stick there from the defender. Lamb doing a great job there. To the middle, traffic in front of Judy Hill there. Up the boards, past the skates of Hill, Abby Hill that was. Jamie Jones finds Blong. Blong gets the puck taken away from her. Kept behind the net by Malari. Hong Kong work it out. Pass block. Malari tips it away. Kanya Blong has it. Malari's there. Takes a shot. And a good save from Chow. Still there for Blong. Spinning in behind. Taking it to the front from Malari. Malari shoots. And a great block in front from the defender. Wong just putting the body on the line there. New Zealand doing everything they can to get this puck in the back of the net. Malari stepping, can't get the penalty. Shooting into the glove of Chow with Hannah Shields right there in front of her. And wow, it's not happening for New Zealand at the moment.
It's that rolling puck and the diving kind of block from the Hong Kong China defender, really preventing that shot from Malari here. Potentially making a game-saving save.
They're working very hard, Hong Kong China here.
Almost at the halfway point of this third period, 10 minutes 40 left in this game.
Another shot on, easily saved by Chow Nazi there.
I mean, a positive if you're a New Zealand fan that they are winning the faceoff and generating some shots on net. Maybe want a bit more traffic or a redirect.
Mills is tied up, couldn't get a stick on it. Pass across to, here she comes, trying to get around Hannah Cross, puts it across to number 8. Was that thing there? No, it wasn't, it was another player. And here she is, Ning, she got the puck at her feet, turned it over. Horner Pascoe shows her hands, can't get around. Tam did a great job. And numbers here for Hong Kong China. It's Smith. Smith trying to get around Cross. She does. She went to the backhand, but she couldn't get the shot away.
Probably had more opportunity to go to the right-hand side instead of cutting to the middle. Didn't realize how much time she had.
Up the boards. Helmrich has to wait as all the New Zealand players are offside. Judy Heel fighting for the puck. Can't get it away from the defenders. They turn it over. Horner Pascoe got it. Trying to get it up the boards to Hollier. Chung's pass in the middle. Goes past the other Chung on the ice.
There's a player down. That's why the play has been stopped. There's a Hong Kong China player down kind of just underneath where our viewing point is. You may not be able to see it on camera.
Yeah, honestly, that was a very sporting move because they had numbers there, they had a chance, and they stopped play.
Yeah, they could have kept going. Yeah, that's a very
Hill was indicating across the ice.
Sportspersonship there. We'll see where they end up putting the face-off as to where this will be, because the puck was, I think it was in the neutral ice area.
It was.
It was. It was in possession of New Zealand on the neutral ice. So, yeah, we're concerned for the player on the ice. We haven't caught who that is. Let's see if we catch that on the eye, on the replay. Is that it there?
Yeah,
before?
just at the tail end where number 14 from New Zealand just collides as the other player comes up.
Two players fighting for it,
Just turned around
trying to get
point.
position there, Kaylin Hollier.
Yep.
And a case of maybe a bigger player just and a smaller player colliding.
But at speed as well, and like they're both skating towards each other, and then one came off a little second best. But obviously, yes, we are concerned. Hopefully they are able to get back up and get back into the game.
So the interesting part here is the medical staff coming out, the referees coming over, but the goalies are still in place. The players are still on the ice. So looks like
they're sending 2 Hong Kong China players over to assist. Looks like a shoulder injury from the medical staff. They're indicating something to do with the shoulder.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise if the way that she went down and kind of twisted. You're putting a lot of pressure on that. But
could have been the initial impact as well as hitting the ice.
Yeah, let's see that one more time as it comes in. As she turns,
kind of shoulder towards that chest or facial area.
Yeah, and that is.
Well, they are up on their feet. That's number 5
for Jim Agnes. If I've got number 5 correct, yep.
Yeah, it's
Jim.
Well, break and play, an unfortunate break and play for Hong Kong China. Might do New Zealand a small favour. Get to the bench and talk about what they need to do for the next 9 minutes, 24 seconds, because what they've been doing so far just hasn't been working for them.
No, but that's right. It can also advantage Hong Kong China because of the time they've had their top lines out there rotating. Good opportunity for them to get a bit of a rest. And we'll see. We got 9 minutes 24, exciting third period action here coming up.
It is on a knife edge. Puck is cleared out into the Hong Kong China bench. So we'll have another face-off. Crowd's a bit quiet here at the Dunedin Ice Stadium. They're feeling the nerves. Maybe expecting New Zealand to come out on top here at the start of this game, but it's quickly sort of turned into a tight battle. Shot there, doesn't get through from Waterpesco. Loose in front, going for the backhand. It's Judy Hill and fighting for the puck and coming up with it.
Yeah, they're jamming away at it. Nelson taking a good shot toward the puck. Does get towards the net, but Chow holding ground really, really well.
But let's watch Heel here. She comes in. We didn't see it. Then we're going to go back to the face-off. But the real key there is coming in from behind and getting position where that puck rebound was. It just didn't happen. Richmond and Cross going back onto the bench, and New Zealand getting a warning here.
Getting penalized for a late change, sending the players that were on the ice previously back on the ice.
Interesting.
Gotcha Blanc to face off. Doesn't win it clean. Up through the middle. Poked away from her by Abby Hill. Jamie Jones puts it behind for Abby Hill to come out. For Blanc with speed through the neutral zone. Around, shooting, scores! High glove side, Katja Blanc ties it up for New Zealand.
What a wrist shot, absolute ripper, kind of making something out of nothing, taking the team on her back and cutting through the neutral zone and gaining that outside lane. 3 defenders caught watching the puck. What a ripper against the grain of play, right over the top. What a goal.
They all got caught just backing off.
Yeah, and turn, this last one here, just kind of turning around. But there's 5 players that it reminds me exactly of the goal at 18 seconds going the other way. It was one player getting behind the defense and getting the job done because nobody really knew who to take on that play.
So leveling the score here, 2-2, reigniting that Kiwi crowd.
Still plenty of time left here in this period. But New Zealand tying it up through the speed of Katja Blanc. Good block. Here comes Hope Gregory. She's got the defender in front of her, takes a shot, she scores! Hope Gregory puts New Zealand up just as quick as that. It's 3-2 to the New Zealanders.
Guys, this is tired legs. Hong Kong China has given everything in this game, but those types of crosses, those types of breaks are starting to happen. And now Hong Kong China is having a hard time keeping up in these stretch plays.
That's just a set of brilliance. 1 against 2 and taking on the 2 players individually, getting them chasing you. Great placement under pressure to shoot that puck off the post and in. Amazing shot. New Zealand going up 3-2 here in Otipoti, Dunedin.
That's a quick reply there as well. It was a good block in front which created the opportunity. Hong Kong China will be feeling the fatigue and the pressure as they've been leading for most of the game. Now find themselves down by 1. We know they've got the players to come back here, so New Zealand can't rest here. Got to be careful on defense.
And Hong Kong China going to have to find another gear as well to really raise up. They do not want to have New Zealand score another goal.
Another block. Fauna Pascoe. She's got to step on 1. She's got 1 in front of her. Shooting into the breadbasket and bobbling just slightly, but catching it is Chao Nazi.
Let's go back and see that third goal for New Zealand, that stretch pass, and just not getting a chance for the defender to get into position, just taking it at the right time there. It was really key.
Good patience too, like to wait, and then boom, seizing the opportunity and making that shot, and when it counted.
Abby Hill puts it down low for Hansen, for Malari. Malari trying to step out from behind the net, cycles it, Back to the front. Makaya Blong turns and spins, puts it wide. New Zealand can feel it now. Good opportunity for Smith. Diving to make the save. Stepping around, taking a shot, and Lachlan High with a save.
A little physicality at the end there. That was a great defense by Abby Heald there. The laying out for that made that delay happen, and as soon as you push her out to that left side, Hyde's going to be in a perfect position and just wait for that shot. There was no help coming up on that side, so you don't have a chance for Hong Kong China to make the most of that offensive opportunity. And good defense.
And allowed Hyde to completely challenge to cut down that angle to shoot to the goal.
Hong Kong China with the puck coming down in front. Lily got a stick on the shot before it was taken. Kept in by Hong Kong China. Lily takes it in behind. Waiting patiently, looking for someone to pass to. Off the boards, out of the reach of Hannah Shields. She won't be able to get there quick enough, and it'll be icing against New Zealand. Replay of the last opportunity coming up. Good patience shown by Smith here.
Yeah, to do a good curl and drag as well. Electing to shoot, which is still a good option. Probably wanted to get it on the far pad to try and get a rebound, because they did have one other attacker coming through the middle looking potentially to have a rebound. But nothing coming.
Up to the point for time, taking a shot. It's floated towards Lachlan Hyde. Goes in behind. Lily. Up the middle. Taking a long shot. That's going to be icing again. Not sure about that decision there to send that up ice. Was probably trying to get on net to her credit.
Wobbling, like just a bit of a on-edge puck. On the previous play, though, Matt, if I could say as well, holding the puck behind the net, waiting for Hong Kong China to attack, maybe get them out of position and overreach a little bit, and then send the puck down the ice. So icing the puck isn't always a bad option in that situation.
No.
Hope Gregory, the go-ahead goal scorer, fighting for the puck into the corner. Hong Kong trying to come away with it. Smith up the right-hand side. Pushed to the outside by Holia. Richmond will get there with Chung. They fall down to the ice, and I'm just going to get a whistle here, stoppage and play for... I think the puck was just frozen underneath the players.
I think it was actually under Richmond there. So
replay of Katja Blong's goal there, just showing a lot of speed through the middle. What a shot. Beautiful.
Yeah. And at that point in time, it tied the game up, giving the Team New Zealand a bit of momentum.
Oh, lucky to get away with one there, New Zealand. Kelly Nelson shooting into the pads of Chow. Surprised that there wasn't a call there. That was pretty close.
That was playing with fire, absolutely. And they, the Hong Kong China player almost in that case did them a favor by leaping out of the way. Well, no, I actually thought in that case, they got out of the way a little bit, and it prevented the call from being made.
Richmond shooting through traffic, gets through to the back of the net. Gets the puck taken off her as she tried to move through the neutral zone. Holia across to this near side for Hansen. Back to Holia. She lost it, but she gets through to the other side. Pokes it ahead to Malari. Malari stretching out, gets it to the New Zealand player on the far side. It was Hansen. Malari again. To the far side. Shooting into the pads, and a good save. No rebound from Charles.
Once again, some really good puck movement from Team New Zealand, and entering the zone from Hong Kong China, but also keeping it away from them. Malari with the outstretch to make that pass to Hansen, and Hansen getting on the back end. Not the forehand, so not going to get as much power on it, but at least generating another chance and shot on net.
Under 5 minutes left here in this big game Thursday night. Shots piling up for New Zealand now, 39-28. To the middle and they score! Kachablong in front, tucks it home, and New Zealand extend their lead to 2.
Well, quite timely for Team New Zealand. That's something that they will want to pull away from Hong Kong, China at this point in the game.
Jamie Jones in behind. Just found Kachablong posted up in front of the blue paint.
Yeah, they can't physically stick with Blong on this, and leaving her alone like that, that's just out of position for Hong Kong, China. That's just, you can't do that. Leave somebody there and just hope that the goalie's in the right spot for you.
Yeah, and the goalie held the post really closely, so
Yep.
Kachablong placed it really well, scoring her second of the game.
So stretching that lead out, New Zealand. Crowd probably feeling a little bit more comfortable now with that scoreline, 4-2. Hong Kong, China unfinished though, putting the puck towards the net. Yep, looking to the point. Shooting low. Oh, good save from Hyde, kicking that right pad out. And behind.
Empty net.
Empty net down the far end. Hong Kong, China pushing here. Can't get that shot through. Gregory around the boards. In the middle. Played it out by Hannah Shields.
It's clear Hong Kong, China is just, they're going to throw everything they can at this. I mean, that's a long
including
time.
an extra attacker, because
Yeah.
they pulled the goaltender now.
Yeah, that's.
In case we didn't mention it.
They pulled that. They pulled their goaltender with more than 4 minutes to go. That's a. They don't really get any bonus points for how many. There's 6 men on the ice.
New Zealand have been called for a
Yep.
6-man penalty. So they're going to go on the penalty kill. Late in this game, 3:46 left. Hong Kong, China pulled their goalie, so it'll be 6-on-4.
Yeah.
The interesting part about this, though, if you are on the penalty kill and there's no goalie over there,
You can send it down.
take a shot.
Yeah, no
Without-
icing,
without
of
any
course.
penalty.
No
Yeah.
icing.
Puck comes back for Hong Kong, China. Played to the point for. Shoots low, looking for the deflection out to the side, and Hyde catches it as it bounced up into the air in front of her. Great play. They've been looking for that play all night. The hard pass, shot pass.
Yep.
The player on the side looking for those deflections.
Yeah, and it's Ip always jumping in on that right post, and Ip was in the right spot again. That deflection just didn't work out for Hong Kong, China there.
Yep. Can't win the draw cleanly. Caitlin Hollier throws it around the boards. Getting over there is Fauna Pascoe. She gets it clear. And Hong Kong, China had to retreat, and they'll start from the own zone. Yep. Brings it in up the right-hand side, puts it in behind for Smith. Tried to reverse it into the middle. Hollier can't clear it. Shot down low, looking for the player in front. This tipped it on net. It's loose on the far side. And nice play. Can she clear it? Yes, she does. Fauna Pascoe just got enough on it. Steps in, trying to go around Heavy Heel, trying to force it through the 5-hole. Can't do it, off the boards. Malari can't win the puck there, kept in by Wong. Wong with it now, looking to the centre, up to the point, shooting. Good block in front by Fauna Pascoe. Malari forces it out on the backhand. She's going to chase after it. The net is empty. Can she win the race? No, it's Tam who gets there first. Oh, Malari diving to try and get their puck. Took a heavy fall into the boards, but she's up on her feet already. Just bounced off those boards like a ball.
New Zealand really getting away with one there. It was Smith at the doorstep, and if that pass connects, they get one back. They did everything right except connect.
Mills fired one on net, but intercepted. Here comes Smith. She's got a player in the middle. Goes there, and Hyde kicks it out to the far side. Oh, that's a solid hit on the far side. Both players going down. We're going to have another penalty.
Just as the Team New Zealand penalty for too many players on the ice expired, there will be another penalty call.
And that's Jamie Jones, the captain, who's going to sit for 2 minutes for either interference or an illegal check.
That's the full remaining time left in this game, because there's only 1 minute 46 seconds up on the clock at the moment. The scoreline right now, 4 to Team New Zealand and 2 to Hong Kong China.
It's been an issue tonight, the
power play.
discipline, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Really has. They've given away far too many penalties for the coaches to be, for the coaches' liking. And they're going to have to kill off a penalty as this game expires. They're up by 2. It only takes 1 for Hong Kong to feel like they're back in it. If they can get one quickly here, still lots of time. And controlling shooting through traffic. Goes wide. Warner Pascoe, plenty of time. Got it out of the zone. We've seen so much of him tonight. She's been very dangerous from the point and trying to take the puck away. New Zealand using the body. Smith. She's also looked good, looking to shoot it. It's a wobbly old puck. It goes in behind. Took a deflection up high. Warner Pascoe fighting for the loose puck. We'll get a whistle. Player's dead.
Referee electing to blow the whistle there when the player was down. The puck was still in that vicinity, perhaps electing on safe, being a little bit more cautious. Blow the whistle, get a face-off, and in this case, that favors Team New Zealand as that puck now comes outside the zone with Hong Kong China's player on top of the puck.
Jamie Jones to Lily. Tried to one-time that towards the net. Haven't really been able to generate a opportunity, a clean opportunity on the empty net.
Still 6 on 4.
Hong Kong China working from the back to the front. Shot is blocked by Blong. New Zealand throwing their bodies in front of these shots, trying to prevent anything from getting through to Lachlan Hyde. Another chance in front. Another block. Shot on net. Turning, shooting. And Lachlan Hyde gets a glove down.
A little bit of chaos there in front of the net as diving bodies trying to block the shot there. One gets blocked. Shot gets through. Hyde with the save. Puck is still loose. Shot to the side of the net, and Hyde says, I'm going to close the door on that one and hold on to the puck. Thank you very much.
Just couldn't turn fast enough to try and release that puck. That was Jamie Jones.
Giving up the body there for that defense.
Really working hard to keep this score 4-2. Shot gets through, kicked out by Lachlan Hyde. Time counting down. Into the far side, the shot up high to the
Might have
netting.
hit off the crossbar because we might have heard a little bit of a ding. That's why the puck, you could not see it. Might have gone right out of play
Yeah, it was
or
a
into the mesh.
shot high. It could have been off the helmet or the crossbar. Not sure if we'll get a replay of that. Time is running down. We've got
Says
10 seconds remaining on the
10.1 seconds, yep.
big
Ticking
clearance.
right down.
Doesn't get out though.
But they're
Kicked
running
in.
out of time.
Puck into the corner. Judy Hill
Just elects to hold on to it.
will hold on to it in the corner, and New Zealand has survived here. A spirited fight from Hong Kong China really made things difficult for the New Zealand. But through adversity and plenty of penalty killing by New Zealand,
They've come away with it. They
They-
really had to come to life in that third period.
yeah, they really had to work hard for it. But full credit to Hong Kong China, who put New Zealand under immense pressure in that game and had the lead for a vast majority. Willpower through their players playing
Yep, a lot of determination.
immense minutes.
Oh, absolutely.
Huge minutes from some of their top players. Really impressive. They'll be disappointed they couldn't pull it through, but
Yeah.
wow.
Just a tremendous effort by Hong Kong China all the way around, battling right to the end, pulling the goalkeeper. Now we're going to have the players of the game, the best player of the game awarded to each country.
Yep, and following that we'll have the New Zealand national anthem. So we'll try and catch who the player of the day for Hong Kong China, number 10, Ip Estelle Claudia. Well done. Congratulations to her. And Lachlan Hyde, number 1 for New Zealand, getting the W in net, player of the day. Stepping in for her first game of the tournament in place of Grace Harrison and doing a standout job. Let the first one in, first shot in net, but
Yeah, recovered well.
recovered very well. Congratulations to Team New Zealand on a hard-fought victory. Their third of the tournament puts them in really good position for a medal now.
Yeah, that's true. Saying, I believe they would be on
They'll
8
be
points.
on 8
Yeah,
points,
that's right.
one behind Australia, who have 3 wins in regulation. New Zealand with 2 wins in regulations and an overtime victory against Ukraine. Ukraine and Turkey sitting on 4 points each, I believe, if I remember the standings from earlier.
Because they each have an overtime loss.
Each have an overtime loss. There we have
That's
the
the
points
one.
table there. Thank you very much. So, yeah, Australia on top with 9 points. New Zealand now will be on 8 points, courtesy of that win tonight. And yes, Belgium and Ukraine on 4 points each. Turkey with an overtime win today on 2. And Hong Kong still searching for that first win of the tournament. Their best game tonight, I would say, by far. Their best game
Overall,
for sure.
yeah.
Put the fight to New Zealand big time. Had the lead for most of it. Just couldn't hold on. The legs were probably getting fatigued with the number of minutes the top 2 lines were having, especially a number of players. But, you know,
A credit, too, as well to number 20, the goaltender, Chow, for Hong Kong, China. Just absorbed an awful lot of shots, too. This
Yeah.
one here happened to get through. What a shot, though. Wrist shot by Katia Blong right over that glove. You'll see it again here.
yeah, she has got a wonderful shot.
Great elevation.
And here's Hope Gregory. This was the game-winning goal off the nice block. She exited the zone with speed as the puck bounced into the neutral zone, caught up to it. And what she does here, just hangs that puck out to her
Yeah,
right.
almost confused the goaltender a little bit and went the other way with it. This one here, Jamie Jones with a wonderful pass to Katia Blong, getting the second of the night for herself and Team New Zealand after receiving a little jab from the goaltender. And then it's like, well, you jabbed me, I'm going to put in the net. So
Yeah.
a little payback.
All right, so we're really. So that was the fourth goal, and the gave New Zealand the 2-goal lead, which is a bit of a separation, a bit of breathing room, and it was still tight there with Hong Kong, China pulling the goalie and
on a power play.
concessive
Power plays. That's right. They had numerous opportunities, so they'll be extra, like brewing that as well, playing that back perhaps, working on special teams as they just weren't able to get that through successfully. I mean, if anything, throughout this tournament, one of the themes that we have noticed is that there are some really good defending positions from all teams. At this level, you have to be extra accurate, more pinpoint, more precise, and also taking those opportunities when you get them. They don't come around very often, so one of the people that's been taking their opportunities and cashing in a little bit has been Katia Blanc, who I believe may be standing by
we're hoping
with
to
our
get
roving reporter, Matt Chavez.
hoping to get her for a wee interview. Yeah, she'll be leading the New Zealand Ice Friends in goals now, I believe.
Yeah, probably
with her 2-goal effort tonight. 4 goals
Yeah,
in total
making
for
a
her.
potential for, vote as one of the top offensive forwards in the tournament. The IIHF do select a best forward, best defender, and best goalkeeper. So it's something to keep an eye on as we go through.
All right, so we've got Matt Chavez standing inside with a interview with Katia Blanc.
They scored the first goal. What was the feeling on the bench, and how did you guys overcome that?
Oh, we were pretty not happy about that. It made us extremely hungry, which I think paid off in the end. Yeah.
So let's talk about that first goal you had. The first one, I think you almost took the water bottle off. What was that like?
Oh, it felt pretty good, especially knowing we were down and being able to help the team out. Felt pretty great, yeah.
And then when you guys finally took the lead and sort of put it away, it was still a little nervous at the end. Was there a sense of relief, or what was the feeling overall for the team at that point?
Oh, the girls were absolutely buzzing on the bench, but the coaches were behind us saying, keep composed, game's not done, 8 minutes left, but no, the girls were buzzing. It was awesome.
And then you got it done with those last 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Felt any nerves with that, or did it feel like finally this is something we were going to put away?
Oh, the nerves were there the whole time. Seeing the goalie come out and having the 6 men and then having the penalty right at the end. Very nervous, but the team pulled through, and it's an unbelievable game.
Excellent. Katia Blanc, 2-goal scorer tonight in the 4-2 win. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic, well spoken. And,
Yeah.
True team player there, right?
Well, she said it. The coaches were talking, calling for
composed.
calm,
Yeah.
keep composed. And after that early goal, the feeling through the camp might just start to get a little bit nervous. You let in an early one. Probably unsuspecting goal from a team which may be favoured to beat, but keep calm and then let the game come to you.
You're exactly right, and that's something that the Kiwis had to work hard throughout the whole game. They battled through all those penalties that they had to kill, not only killing the penalties, but being able to generate some offense. And I think they took away some bit of a moral boost once the penalties were killed, and they were able to, a little bit of lift in that third period because they needed it. Otherwise, Hong Kong China played an exceptional game, their best of the tournament thus far. Unfortunately, went down by 2-goal margin in this game, but certainly something to be proud of. Yeah,
they've got some wonderful skaters, and they're only young and they'll come back next year, where the tournament may be next year, and they're going to be even stronger. For New Zealand, they can't be happy with the penalties, though. Far too many tonight. Had to kill off a 5-on-3 towards the end there. 2 penalties after another when you're up by 2, giving Hong Kong China a chance to get back into the game. How do you get players to sort of refocus on maybe not taking those penalties? A lot of penalties for some physical play. What's the plan there to try and avoid those sorts of situations?
Well, I guess one of the things to say would be they've got some rest. There's a rest day tomorrow. They can review the game, rewatch some footage, but also, acknowledge what they've gone through to this point, and then say, hey, we need to and can play a bit more discipline, staying out of the penalty box. There are times where they needed to take a penalty when they were down, and they had that Hong Kong China had a bit of a break, took a slashing penalty to eliminate the opportunity to score. So in that case, you would think that may be warranted. However, overall, if you looked at all of their penalties collectively, you could eliminate quite a lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
So playing a game shorthanded doesn't allow you to get into that flow and into your structure and systems. And Hong Kong China is an example of a team that plays exceptionally well within a great structure.
Yeah.
They just kind of ran out of gas in time. So over to you, Matt.
Yeah, I first want to give a shout out to Hong Kong China. They figured out a way to implement a system, and they went all the way out with it because they had 2 lines. They were They were undermanned. They did not have the players to get it done on paper, and yet they pushed the New Zealand side as far as they could until it took 52 minutes, right? 52 minutes, they held up a lead and managed to show the weaknesses that they were able to exploit. Great job by them. On the other hand, you look at New Zealand managing to get done what they needed to get done professionally, and when they finally got to that point where the floodgates opened, they were ready. They took the shots, they got it done. And yeah, there's a lot to learn here, but New Zealand got the win. They got the 3 points. There's no overtime. They stay towards the top of the table, and they head into Saturday with a big clash with Australia, who also, they're at 9 points, New Zealand with 8. That just sets everything up for Saturday.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That is a huge game. So that's happening on Saturday night. Easter weekend here in New Zealand. 8 o'clock Saturday night, New Zealand versus Australia. There's going to be a huge crowd, and I hear it's sold out in.
Oh, it's getting close to sellout, so if you haven't got a ticket, you got to get a chance. Get in now, please. Absolutely. Otipoti Dunedin, it's a fantastic venue. The city is buzzing. It's incredible to be around this place, and it's a privilege to be here, to be fair. And we do have a rest day, so stay safe out there with Easter, and if you are celebrating, as well as great hockey action. We are not done yet, so we don't know how it's going to finish, but more to come very soon.
Yeah, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again very soon.